Hey there, all you dog lovers in Rancho Santa Margarita. Today, we're getting into something that's on a lot of your minds: how to find that perfect trainer for you and your best friend. Living in RSM is pretty special, right? We've got these amazing community spaces and beautiful outdoors. And a huge part of enjoying all that is having a dog who's just easy. A pup who can be calm and happy, whether you're strolling by the lake or just hanging out in the neighborhood. So let's talk about what this looks like right here in our town. Think about taking a walk on the Santa Margarita Parkway Trail without your arm being pulled out of its socket. Or imagine your dog just chilling out calmly while you're near the hustle and bustle of the Mercado Shopping Center. That's what good training does. It turns those potentially stressful moments into genuinely fun ones.
Okay, so we know why having a well-behaved dog is so great around here, but what about the how? Let's break down the different ways you can approach training so you can feel really confident about the choice you make for your dog.
You're going to hear this term a lot, and for good reason. Positive reinforcement is really the foundation of modern dog training. All it means is that we reward the behavior we want to see more of. It's not just kind and humane, it actually helps you build this incredible bond of trust with your dog, which makes them want to learn.
So you've basically got two main paths you can take. On one hand, you have group classes. These are awesome for learning basic manners and, crucially, for getting your dog used to focusing on you when other dogs and people are around. Plus, they tend to be easier on the wallet. On the other hand, private sessions are amazing for tackling those specific problems that only seem to happen at home, like barking at the doorbell or stealing food off the counter. It's totally customized to your dog and your life.
And within those private or group settings, you'll see a few types of programs. You've got your basic obedience, which is all about the fundamentals: sit, stay, come, the things every good canine citizen should know. Then there's puppy training, which is so valuable for getting started on the right paw with socialization and potty training. And for dogs with bigger struggles like fearfulness or reactivity, there's behavior modification, which is a much more specialized approach. All right, so you've got an idea of what you might need. Now comes the big part: finding the right person for the job. Let's cover what you should be looking for and, just as important, what you absolutely need to ask them. Now, there is no official license for dog trainers in California, which makes these certifications really meaningful. They tell you that a trainer has invested in their education and is committed to modern, science-backed methods. So if you see something like CPDTK, that's a great sign they know their stuff. And if you see CBCCK or IAABC-CBC, that means they have expertise in more complex behavior issues. Seeing these letters after a trainer's name is a huge green flag. So when you actually get a trainer on the phone for a consultation, you want to be ready. Think of it like an interview. You're finding a partner. Ask them flat out about their philosophy. Get them to explain how they'd build a plan just for your dog. If you're dealing with a specific issue, ask about their experience with it. And of course, get all the practical stuff sorted out like fees and cancellation policies so there are no surprises. Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty, the money, and the rules. We'll look at what you should probably budget for training here in Rancho Santa Margarita and go over the local laws every dog owner needs to know. Here's a quick look at what you can probably expect to pay around town. A 6-week group class usually runs a few $100s and is a really accessible way to start. A package of private lessons is going to be more, but it's for those really targeted issues. And then you have the board and train options, which are a major investment for some really intensive work. This should help you figure out what makes sense for your goals and your budget. Beyond the training, being a good neighbor here just means knowing the local rules that keep everyone and every dog safe and happy. There are really two main numbers you've got to remember. First up is 6. That's 6 feet. That's the maximum length for your leash in any public area around here. It's a simple rule, but it makes a huge difference for safety and control, especially on our busy trails. And the second number is 4. By the time your puppy is 4 months old, they need to have their rabies vaccine and be licensed with the county. It's just a core part of being a responsible pet owner. So after you've been putting in all this great work with your dog, where can you go to practice? Let's check out some of the best spots around RSM to put all those new skills to the test. These are basically your real-world classrooms. The Central Park Dog Park, it's the perfect fenced-in spot to safely work on getting your dog to come back when you call them. O'Neill Regional Park, with all its trails, is fantastic for practicing polite leash walking with real distractions, like other hikers. And that Santa Margarita Parkway Trail is your go-to for mastering a calm walk past all the joggers and cyclists. So really, think about it. Once your dog has these skills down, what's that first thing you're excited to do together? Is it that peaceful hike you've been dreaming of? Or maybe just a relaxing walk downtown without any chaos?
Because at the end of the day, training isn't just about fixing problems. It's about opening up your life. It means you can have friends over without stress, you can enjoy those beautiful local trails, and you can build an even better relationship with your dog, letting both of you enjoy everything that makes living here so great.